Looking good. Graham and Cedric, what we got, partners? Looks like Cedric's at Graham's house. Oh. Cedric drove all the way out to Graham's house. So far.
It's like, right?
Past. It's so far. Down 104th. Like you're driving and you're still driving. What?
Yeah, it's like almost to Kansas. It's like
I
driving.
know. I was like, Graham. Why? And then he used to ride his bike. And then I went out there once. And just like having him fresh memory of riding his bike. Like, did you? But no, he would ride his bike to the bus stop.
Right.
I did ride it the whole way a few times, but
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know whether I could do that now, though.
I don't know. It's like 20 miles.
That'd be fun. Nice warm up and then afterwards. Sorry.
Yeah. I make him warm up after he gets there.
I told my wife, I was like, I'm more interested in being happy.
All right, guys, I'm going to grab a sip of water, and then we'll get started here.
I know.
A, I think I already had it. So, and B, like, we're all going to get it eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The big question is, can you get reinfected? Is still the
Maybe.
Yeah.
You can with the flu.
Different mutation, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like they keep talking about, well, are we supposed to shelter in place until they have a vaccine? That could be never. Like, there's plenty of diseases out there that they don't have vaccines for.
Yeah, it seems like the antibodies are working, though. And actually fighting it as well once you got it.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? It's a question.
I just it's like I was telling my wife, I was like, just keep trying to make the best choices you can. And,
Yeah.
Let's not make it a family trip to go shopping. Let's minimize that time.
We're calling that our date night at the moment.
Yeah.
It's going to the supermarket.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
We want to do as little as that as possible and then just be picky about who we invite over.
All right, so let's see our attention stance here. All right, so nice job. All right, let's get started. You guys ready to get started? Oh, nice. That's all. That's all. From here, S position. All right. Yep. S position here. Okay, now we're gonna start by kicking the door. Back and forth. My leg from the back comes out front. My leg from the front both kicks out, and then I switch them back to the other side. Kick, kick, cut, cut. All right, guys, let's whip. All right, guys, let's gecko. Okay. All right. So let's get into this, okay, guys? First one, let's just work on a cross knee pass. All right, and then we'll work on some side control attacks. Okay. And so, want to start from right here. Okay, that's fine. Start from here. I'm gonna jump forward. Okay, and now I'm gonna reach for an underhook. Put my head under her jaw and get out to side control. Okay, and so maybe if we need to reverse a little bit farther in time, she's sitting up. I can like push her down, and then I'm gonna put my hand on her knee and her hip. Okay, and now instead of like circling around, I'm gonna jump forward into that position, that cross knee pass position. Okay, my right hand is shooting under her armpit as I put my head down under her jaw. All right, I'm sweaty today, so I'm not gonna match it with my head. But from here, I'm picking up on her arm, and now I'm pushing through, staying flat and as heavy as I can. Okay, guys? So just working on that. If you guys have a partner, with your partner, you guys can go 3 for 3 just for doing that, or 2 for 2 here, and then I'm kind of coming back. I'm diving forward here. Okay, driving my head forward, pushing my knee down, and then connecting hips. Okay, so just a little partner drill. Doesn't have to be too technical. Just kind of getting used to that old eskrima pass, that old cross knee pass, having fun there. Okay, guys, and then we'll get into all the awesome submissions we can do there. So if I'm sitting up, she's gonna push me down, yeah, and instead of circle pass, she's going into a cross knee pass from there. She beat me on my shield, so she's going right for that underhook. Head under my jaw, she picks up on my arm, and then drives her knee down, connecting hips there. Okay. So, yeah. More time here. See you guys. Nick's waiting for Elena or something.
Yeah, her dance class is just finishing. I can hear her running down the stairs now to get changed.
Thanks, Elena. Oh, how's it going, Nick? It's good. Everything's going okay?
Yeah.
Traveling still?
No, this is the longest I've actually been in one place. Yeah, in years. Longest I've gone without being on an airplane. It's kind of weird.
Kind of weird, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you can get up. On now.
Yeah. Yeah, and then. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Looking good, Cedric. Thank you. Still no turkeys.
Put it second place in the one.
Nice, Mark. How's the rest of your day? Nice.
So much more family jiu-jitsu. I'm seeing people.
All right, guys. Oh. So, we're gonna kind of talk about their arm position now. Okay, and so if I gotta be able to see me, I left it on Dan. Okay, and let's bring it down a little bit. All right, that's good. Okay, guys. So the first one is if we get to here and we kind of trap their hand down. All right, it'd be easy for her to come to here, but sometimes they leave it down. Okay, and so the first move we're gonna do, there's actually two we're gonna do from here. Okay, the first one is just gonna be our arm bar. Okay, and so I was able to get an underhook, and maybe I like pushed her hand down. It was like here, or she grabbed her pants or something. She was holding on. I don't know. Sometimes you catch it down there. Okay, guys? And so from here, I'm going to put my hand over her head and then go to my knees. So I'm like going belly down. Okay? And now I'm grabbing her tricep. Make sure you guys are grabbing her, either the gi material or her tricep. Okay? Hand over her head, and now I'm bringing my elbow across her stomach. Okay? Turn a little bit here. All right, so from here, bringing my elbow across her stomach, and then I'm going to start backing away from her, pulling her on her side. Okay, and now I step all the way over her back, pushing my knee into her armpit as I spin over their head. Okay, from here, control as I break her arm. Okay, we don't need to even finish it right now. All right, and so maybe for some more context, we just got our pass. She kept her hand down. All right. I put my hand above her head. I bring my arm across her stomach, and I pull her on her side. And now I'm taking a big step all the way to her back as I push my knee over. Right. I don't want to put my leg flat on the mat. That's a no-no for this one. Maybe for Kimuras. But from here, driving my knee in as I swivel over her head. Okay, guys, pinching my knees, controlling her wrist. Spinning arm bar. Let's walk Tessa through it here. So Tessa's in side control. She just got the underhook. I'm like trying to keep her. Maybe I'm like, yeah. And she pulls me up, steps flat-footed behind my back, spins over my head, pinches her knees together. She extends my leg, my arm. Yeah. So, spinning arm bar, guys. Try it out. I'll walk you through it if I need to. I'm going to come watch you guys. So, try it out. Break on 2, 1, 2. Nice. Door. Upstairs. You guys will get food when we're done. Sweet. Nice. Now spin. Awesome, TJ. Awesome, man. Up on their side, Mark. Over their head. And so you got to step the other leg, Mark. It's okay. Yeah. So now, yep. Awesome. And now step over his head. Yeah, and swivel towards me. Yep. Much better. Awesome, Mark. Awesome. Pull them up. So later, go back, Elaine. Go back, Elaine, and go back. When you pull them, get that hook. Now step over his head and keep your foot flat. I don't want to see the top. Yes. And now push your knee towards him as you swivel over his head. Keep your knee up. Put your knee in his armpit. Yes, you got to do it that way. Figure out how to swivel that way. That was so much better, though. Good job. Thank you. You got to figure out how to do it without dropping your knee. Push your knee into his armpit. Now spin, pushing your knee. Nice, Elena. Much better. That's so good. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, time. So now, they don't just leave their hand down, they start framing in our neck. Okay, guys? Oh. Where am I at here? There we go. Okay. So, we got the side control. We have an underhook, but they're all annoying here, right? Pushing in there. That's not good. We don't want to deal with that, okay? But it does help us kind of, you know. So when they're framing, there's two things we're going to do here. The first one is when we bump it and it goes really far, okay? So we're here. I'm going to bump her arm and it goes really far, okay? Pinching it here. We're going to switch to the other side and get our arm triangle here. And so from here, guys, she's framing on, and now I'm like holding her shoulder. Maybe my hand's a little bit under her head. It doesn't quite matter yet, though, okay? And so from here, I'm bumping her arm, and it happens to slide really far, okay? And now I can't let her get that room back. And so I'm going to trap her tricep with the side of my head, okay? Now my hand's coming together under her head. Okay, I'm going to switch my hips towards her, bring my knee, and then try to bring my feet across at the same time. Okay, guys, I don't want to allow her to like catch my foot in 3/4 here, okay? And so try to bring my feet over, and then I'm going to settle down flat here, okay? Both my elbows are flat. I'm squeezing my left arm as I drive my head into her tricep, getting that arm triangle there. Okay, guys? And so, for some context, right, we went to here, but already she's starting to frame in my throat, all right? And so I kind of grab her head and I bump it across, trapping them here. Bring my knee across. We're going all the way to the other side. Flat down. Kind of pushing my hip into her. Both elbows flat on the mat. Then I squeeze my left arm and then drive my head into her tricep. Getting that arm triangle. Okay, it's really good stuff. It works really well. Okay, guys? So one more. I had it as grandma, but she's framing on my throat. I bump, I trap her head in her tricep. Slide my knee over, slide both of my feet over,
and go down to side control on the other side. All right, elbows flat on the mat as I squeeze my left arm and drive my head into her tricep. Okay, guys, arm triangles. We'll see Hannah and Tessa try it out some more. And then, yeah, let's try it out. So break on 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Nice, Dan. Yep. Nice, Dan. All the way to the other side. Squeeze left arm. Okay. And so, yeah, let's see. No. Yeah. And so, Mark, yeah. Mark, just have him bring his hand across his body and then trap his arm. Yeah. Awesome. And now all the way under his head, as deep as you can with your right arm, or sorry, your left arm. Sorry, your left arm, yeah. And now your left ear on his tricep, like in your whole face close to the mat. There you go. Really squeezing that arm there. And now, yeah, go all the way to the other side. Very good. And now start driving your chin up over his tricep as you squeeze your left. Yes. Very good. Awesome. That looks like it's going to work.
Jiu-Jitsu for what? 2 years.
Letting cats jump over you? Huh? Use the cat playground now, huh, Miles? All right, guys. Let's do one more thing we can do off of this joke. So sometimes they bend it a little bit. So we get to here, we're all the way across, but then they put their hand on the side of their head and they start pushing their elbow into your head. And that kind of makes it hard to choke them there. So I want you to keep driving your head into theirs, but grab their wrist and start pulling their hand away from their head as you get an Americana there, okay, guys? You're locking everything, and I'm still driving my head in, but I'm going to grab her wrist and start pulling it up away from her head there, okay? So it's Americana. It works pretty well. It's good. It's good. It's a good counter to the counter, okay? So if Tessa does it to me, I got framing in her neck. She gets a big bump. All right, right away, I'm already I'm already here, pushing my elbow into her. She pushes her head back into my tricep and starts pulling my hand away from my head. Tap, tap, tap. All right, guys. I do believe in this one. It works pretty well. I have found there's a couple people out there that are flexible enough for some reason they don't have to tap. But I'm not one of those people. Tessa's not one of those people. And so hopefully you guys will get some taps. And so all they're going to do is you guys are going to do the same thing, bumping that across. But then when they block their head, you kind of grab their wrist and start pulling it away from them. Okay? It's pretty cool. Not too many people do it. And so maybe you guys will start to do it. Let's try it out. Break on 2, 1, 2. Let's see. Let's walk through this, Mark. Yeah, and they put their head. Nice. That's it. Yeah. Now drive your head up into his elbow a little bit. That's it, Mark. You're doing it. Awesome. Oh, some submissions here. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yep. Depending already. Yep. It's hard to finish that choke if they do that. Yeah, the wrist locks there too. Oh, it's like all.
It's like a last ditch self treasure.
Hopefully they'll let go. Okay. Let's move on to something else. You are a beggar. The poison in my own stomach. All right, go up. Go up. Go up. Finish. Okay, guys. Okay, now, but this time we bump. She's still framing in our throat, but when we bump, it doesn't go far. Just a little bit. And so when we feel that, well, now it turns into a block. Okay, I'm blocking it until I can trap it with my tricep. See that? Or my, sorry, trap her tricep with my forearm. All right, and so I'm here, try the same thing. She's framing on my neck, but then when I bump, it doesn't move as far for an arm triangle. It kind of stays. But now I kind of block it, hold on to it as I pass it off to my other hand. Okay, and now I'm switching my hip to her shoulder as I bring my hand to her hip. Okay, and now I'm stepping over her head, and I'm going to pull her up on her side. Okay, grabbing her hand, grabbing my wrist, putting her hand in her pocket, and standing up for that finish there, or bringing her hand this way for that finish. Okay, and so here,
So I bump and then I trap. All right, make sure that my wrist is past her tricep. Okay, and now I kind of put my hip on her shoulder as I bring my hip down to her hand, and then I turn my hips back over her head and I take a step. Okay, this time pulling her up, and then now I can go to both of my knees. All right, I like to, before her hand comes out in front, I'll grab her wrist, grab my wrist, always keeping it on her back. See that? And now I can open up and slowly start pushing it towards her head. Okay. My whole goal in this is to make it that she never gets a grip. Okay. And so she's on my neck. I get a bump. I pass. Switch my hand. I pull her up. Right. And now this is the point. Like when she tries to get her hand back, I make sure it never comes in front of her body again. All right, so if she tries to get it back here, I put my head on her hip. And then when it comes down, it can't come in front. I grab her wrist. I keep it on this side of her back as I slowly start pushing her hand towards her head. Okay, let's let Tessa do it on me. Okay, so right here, I'm framing her neck. She's tired of it, but that was a big enough bump to make that room, passing it off. Right? Yep. She moves over my head, takes a step, pulls me up, right? Never allowing my hand to come in front. She slowly starts pushing my hand towards my head. I have to tap to that Kimura. Okay, that's our Lovato Kimura. The one Lovato tries to do a lot. He's really, really good at it. He's won a lot with that Kimura. And so, let's try it out. Do you guys have any questions about anything so far? All right, let's try this Kimura out. Tessa and Hannah will be doing it, and if you guys need any more, and then I'll watch you guys do it a bunch of times, and then we'll leave it open for some questions. Okay, guys? And so, yeah, let's try this out. Now, TJ, go both knees down for me. Yep. Very good. Cool. Yeah, and that's good. That's good. So see how her arm's up? Try to keep it, put it on her hip and her hip pocket, and then try to bend it, keeping her elbow relatively close to her hip as you push her hand towards her head. There you go. Yes. There you go. Nice, Elena. Step over his head. Use that foot to pull him up. Nice. And now if he tries to get his hand across, your right hand grabs his wrist first. Yes. Awesome. Cool. And we'll be able to smooth that part out. That's looking good, though. No. Graham's wife did one. What? Oh, good. I don't know. Just gotta get out there once, really. I see. Today? Okay, why? I gotta go with Glenn in a few minutes. In Denver. Yeah. Brown chicken, brown cow. Yeah, like at 7.
Joe's house on Friday. He's got a smart report 10 on, so they have no feeding. And I sent a picture about 5 cases of beer. I was like, cool, I'll be there.
Joe, your friend Joe.
Yeah. So his wife just bought a house and they refinished the basement. You have any no dinner for you?
Where were they with him? I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Oh man, he's all food. Just looking at you.
All right, guys. I want to leave it open for some questions or a minute to chat. So, any of this stuff look familiar? I hope so. Yeah, it's a big part of our gym. It's a big part of Jabera. Dealing with those frames. And then too, I challenge you guys to be creative, like with those frames. Like one of the revelations I had is frames used to be a big problem for me, but you know, they're always going to be a problem, but just realize now I see them more as an opportunity than like a problem. Like I just use them to attack now. Like if they're framing and I can either chop their frames out of the way, or if they're framing and I can use their frames to submit them. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. Like, I hope I can get people to frame, basically, is what I'm thinking these days. And so there's lots of stuff we can do off of it. And there's stuff we can do when they don't frame, right? There's that arm bar, that spinning arm bar. There's a Kimura, the same Kimura. And then, yeah, and then there's all kinds of fun stuff we get to do off of that too. Like there's Chirico Platas and there's chokes and there's back takes and there's all kinds of fun stuff now. And so I hope you guys had fun today. Do you guys have any questions about stuff you guys want to see? Anything again, Mark?
I do, Professor. A couple of questions if I could take time.
Of course.
How are you turning them onto your side? Were you lifting them with the arm that's trapped? Or is that hand that's on the mat like pushing? Or how are you actually doing the flip over to the side?
Yeah, so there was 2 of them. Okay. And so if they stay low, they stay low, their hands low. I'm using my hand. I'm kind of coming to my knees, right? That pulling them up, but it's really like bringing my elbow across their stomach and really dropping my weight there. Okay, and so I'm coming from like having weight with my chest, bring my elbow across, and then I like back away off of them. Okay, so I'm like pushing away. I'm like coming to my knees, dragging them off. Okay, and then the other one, if I trapped it with my tricep, I'm pulling them. Once I block their hips so they can't follow me, I'm actually pushing with my leg there.
Mm.
I'm like pulling in with my arm, but I'm also pushing with my leg to really drive her up.
But I think
Okay. And then I can start to switch everything. Okay, so 2 of them. Depends on where their arm's at. If they leave it low, you're pulling them up by pushing your hand on the mat. And then if they're framing on your neck and you trap their arm, then you're pulling them up by using your foot on the mat. Okay? And so, yeah, I think most common at first is going to be that first style where you're using your hand over their head and dropping your elbow across. It just seems to happen more circumstances. You don't have to force that frame as much. Okay, and so I feel like at first you'll be using your hand more often to pull them off the mat than you will your foot. Okay, that's all.
Thanks, Professor.
Second question.
It was a move from the previous class.
Yeah.
It was that from guard, you did that overhook, and then I think you called it a straight arm lock, where you just had one cross grip and you kind of shouldered out, and the arm that you overhooked, you had somehow got your knee in front of their chest,
Uh-huh.
and then you pinned their elbow.
It's very subtle. I'll show it again. And so, guys, we were breaking grips here. Right from here, I pop her grip, I pull her forward and come into here. Okay, I do want this collar. Okay, and now I'm pinching my elbow down to my body here. Okay, and now keeping everything tight, I'm gonna shoulder away, getting my knee on my own wrist there. Okay, I'm pinching so tight here, she can't move her arm, and then I'm gonna shoulder away into her wrist to get that arm lock there. Okay,
Okay,
and
so
so
it's getting her wrist, not her
kind of
elbow.
hard to show without, like, I like this. I want you guys practicing this one, but the finish, you can't really see what I'm doing, right? It's very, very small movement. Once I set up this position, I'm trying to stay on my side, keeping my elbow locked into my own body, trapping her arm, and then the arm bar comes from me arching my back into her hand. Okay, so I'm keeping everything tight, and yeah, it's really, really strong. It's a good arm bar, guys. I hope you guys like.
Can you keep your elbow pressed, like, come right into this top before you the shoulder. So
Everything locked in. Once you get your knee in front, now you can start shouldering away into everything. It works. It's been working for a while now. Cool. Did that help, Mark?
Yes, thanks, Professor.
Awesome. Cool. Any other questions, guys?
I got a question, Will.
Yes, Dan. Thank you.
Whenever the person's on side control and they have your head wrapped and they're clasping their arm, their hands, and they're going to go over your belly to do the
Arm
belly
triangle?
down arm choke.
Yeah.
What would be the point where you would suggest to start going on the offense on there? I know there's a small little window there that you have to actually get out of that position. So you're the person being choked. So when would be the ideal moment for you to escape?
You try to escape?
Yeah.
Good question. Let me check. So she's here, and then she gets her hands together.
Yeah.
From here, I'm going to try to get back and get my knees and everything back in front. Okay. Once I have my frame and my knees in front, now I can start to use my back to break her grip. That's what I would be thinking. Okay, I'm not going to try to like roll out of it. I definitely don't want to like stay here and then try to like go belly down or anything like that. I wouldn't be comfortable trying to like roll her this way either. Like I'm just not going to be strong enough for that, even against Tessa. Okay. And so what I suggest here
is that I'm going to start blocking her hip. Before she can make it to the other side, I want to get my knee in front. I'll use either knee, okay, bottom or top. And now from here, I'm going to use my whole body to try to get my body back and break that, okay? And so that's the first thing that comes to mind. Try it. If it doesn't work, then I think we'll ask Professor Jabera, but I'm pretty certain that'll work for most cases. Like just kind of block their hip, strip out away from them, get your shield back in front, and then you can start shouldering away through their grip.
Okay. Thank you, Will.
Okay? Thank you. Anything else? Cedric? Graham? You guys good?
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Keep it up. Fridays, we're getting together and talking. I think we're going to do something different this week. So make sure you guys are getting on that Zoom open mat thing, where we're just all talking and having fun. And then Wednesday, same thing. Same thing. We're going to go have another couple hard classes. And then Saturday, I think we're having a special kids class, kids coach. And so I'll be looking for that. I think this Saturday is the 2nd. Yeah, so be looking for that. That's going to be fun. And then, we're all in this together. We're all working as hard as we can. So if you guys get opportunities, call your friends. See if they're not doing anything, you guys can meet up. I'm sure it's not too big of a deal, whatever. So keep it up, guys. You guys are working good. Let's just finish out correct so we can feel normal. Stand up. Well, so you guys work hard today?
Yes, sir.
Let's bow. Nice job. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Professor.
Thank you.
Thanks, Professor Will. Have a good night.
Oh.
Thanks, Professor. Have a good night.
Yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Appreciate you very much.
Are you trying to get a salty of us? Because I don't like any of the stuff.